Right guys, so welcome back to, now I need to change my shoes. I've got my sneakers on. Right, that's a bit better. So I've never worked on a Kia Sportage, so I don't even know what size the nuts are. I imagine they're going to be bigger than an 18. Oh. You torch out. Oh, something is catching. Yeah. And I reckon it's that pad. And I reckon it's that pad. Down to its bare minimum, but I can't see, so let's get that caliper off. So all we need to do for this is literally, the discs are probably due soon, not gonna lie. I will do them soon, but for now just caliper off. I think there's a 14mm nut at the top there. Let's check with the spanners and have a little look, see if we're right. Let's get this up here somewhere, like that, so we can see what we're doing. I think it's a 14mm, just to get this cracked off, and then that's just, look, on these new cars, look at how nice that is, just so easy on these new cars to just get bolts and nuts off. It's totally the difference between new and old. So that's top caliper pin, and then we've got bottom caliper pin, which is hopefully just in there. Hopefully you can see that. You should be able to see. That comes out of there. So again guys, I've never worked on a Kia Sportage before, so you are going to have to bear with me. But what I've seen and read is the fact that see the caliper on top of there for now. So these discs are pretty low. Just wait up a minute, have a quick little look. Yep, so something not happy with that. So these pins come out, don't know how, just must give them a wiggle. They should just come out. As you see, don't be too rough, otherwise you'll probably snap them. So pins go back in that way, pins again in the bottom, give them a wiggle, come out the caliper there, and then these pads should just come out. Screwdriver to pry them out. So pads just pop out, so I'll have to pry them out without damaging the disc, like so. Just a bit of leverage off. They're lowish, not super low, not as low as I've seen some. This back one's in tight, so I may need a little And all I'm doing there is just prying it out. I don't want to knacker the disc, because I haven't got a spare disc with me, so I'll just pushing that pad off. And it looks like it's pretty much seized on anyway. Oh, look at it. Bloody hell. What's she been doing? So all I do is get these out, give them a wire brush. If they're knackered, you can always replace them, but 9 times out of 10 they'll last another set. I mean, you can see on these look pretty decent. They just need a good clean up. Some people don't even clean them up, they just bloody put the pads straight back in, but we like to do a proper job, lad. Proper job. So my issue wasn't the pads today, as you say, still some left on them. It was a stone that got behind the back of that mudguard down there and was causing a little bit of chew, but it ain't the end of the world. So this thing, should have probably watched how that came off, but I'm that type of guy. As we're in a rush, normally you take this caliper carrier bracket off, but when you're in a rush, I am going to give it all a good clean up mind. So how does that sit on? Thing goes out, that thing must go out like that. It must sit in there like so. Must go in there like so, and it must go up there like so. Looks pretty good to me. No wear. Take this one off. Sometimes they do snap, just be wary of that. So again, you normally check this caliper carrier bracket off. There's a little bit of muck in there. Normally take it off, go on the workbench and give it a good scrub. Watch out for all the rubber bits. Okay, he goes back on. Push him down. Get them pushed nicely down. Hopefully you can see all this. And then ready for pushing the piston back. Now, this caliper is not a wind back piston, so what I'm going to do is just pop the bonnet, take the cap off, take the cap off. Excuse the mess, she's a mucky girl. Take the cap off the, what's it called, brake fluid. See, VW are just quality because that just locks into place. Kia, on the other hand, .3 or .4, he's topped up with a bit of coolant. It's ready for a service, this thing actually. So just leave that like so. 60,000 miles she's on. Probably due getting the belt done very soon. So brake fluid off on that cap, which is fine, which means that for this caliper you will need a tool. I use the old pad, so turn the caliper over, mind the turn it so you can get it a decent angle, then pop it on your knee or something. This is where we really could do with a workbench or a trolley or something, but it doesn't matter, guys. Pop that in. What we're looking to do is just have enough. So line this back on here so that we can fit and just push that piston back. Some pistons have windy back calipers, some don't. They all vary. So if you are doing this, double check first. So as you can see, all I'm doing is getting that to that position and then pushing that piston back. So the pressure off the pad's pushing the piston, watch. I'm just pushing that right back in. Keep an eye on that wire. Winding it back. Now we took the cap off because if any of the brake fluid goes back up into the reservoir, it can't get almost, I think it's airlocked or something along the lines of air getting locked in the system. So that is right back to me. Take my tool out, check my pad out, and we're ready in 1 minute to put this back together. Are we still recording? Yes we are. Got a flashing red light. Let's get back on our knees. Excuse me. Get rid of the old pads. They actually weren't that bad, to be honest with you. So, new set of pads. Set of pads. Look at the meat on them things. So most people don't put anything on the pads, but I put the slightest little bit just for the runners, like so, and then that one like so, and then that should, I don't know which way she's gonna go. It'll be that way. So then all you do is put your pad in the runner and put your pad in the top runner. Find where the top runner is. There she is. On the bottom runner. And it should just slide in. Out my finger, push that down a little bit more, a bit better. I'm pushing up a little bit more. What we don't is to get grease on the actual pad. So it's my first time doing a Sportage, so let's have a little. There we go. It's in. It's in. So it's in that runner. Just let me take this off because you can't really see, but it's in that runner in there, and it's in the runner down the bottom there, which is perfect. Again, all cars are different, but these Sportages, this is the 2017 plate, are very much similar. So we shall have a little dabble on there and a little tiny dab on there, and that's just so the pads can slide in and out. Push that there, push that up there, and you'll see once you get your pad in, there you go. Caliper should just sit straight over the top. 2 caliper bolts, 14mm. Now remember, when you get back in your car, and that's how the caliper should slide over. It shouldn't be rough, it shouldn't be hard, it should just be nice and gentle, right? I don't want to see you ragging these about. All I want to see is it fitting in nice and cushy and on, like so. Bolt through there, get it all lined up. Where is she? Looks about right. Bolt in there, they're all lined up, and then I'm not sure if we need to. 14. There you go, there she's in. Now remember, these weren't super tight, right? I remember I cracked it off with a little nudge. So when you get to a point, don't be ragging them, right? Make sure both of them are in. When you get to a point where your bolt feels like that there, that's tight now, all I'm going to do is just a little bit more, and then I'm going to just give it a little, that's it. Same with this one. I'm going to get it so it's tight. Now there's a torque setting, so that's tight there, and then that's enough. And the caliper should be able to slide in and out like that. So all of that for a little stone, but I suppose it needed doing. So I haven't got a torque wrench, so what I'm going to do is just drop it down. That's caps on there. Wheel spins with no noise now, so you can slowly bring her down. Take it for a little test spin, and then do the other side. Another day. Tighten these bolts up with, I'll just, with a, so wheels on, tight as I say. Push that down, you'll feel dead loose. Some brake pressure back in. Take it for a test drive. The job should be good one. And that, guys, boys and girls, is how you change pads on a Kia Sportage. The discs are just a little bit extra, 2 screws, take the disc off, new disc on. Wire wheel brush the hub, new disc back on, put the 2 screws back in, and then you put your pads on as we've just done. That's it. Pretty straightforward. Make sure your nuts are tight, and yeah, this is just me doing it. You guys can take it as your own how to if you really want to, but I'm just showing you guys how I do it on the drive. Stay tuned. Bye for now.